IVM.
If you have some time, you should also check out The Seen and the Unseen, which is a podcast hosted by writer Amit Verma, who takes a close look at the seen and the unseen aspects of various government policies.
Hello and welcome to the Geek Fruit Bulletin. It's a news/not news show where we discuss happenings in the nerd ether that surrounds us all.
Yes.
Is this true?
It's fairly true.
It's news/not news.
I cannot confirm/not confirm this.
Anyway,
yes.
Let me tell you, as we all know, there's only one thing really floating about in the ether right now.
It's true.
It's a little movie called Avengers: Infinity War.
So was the first one called The Avengers? Or was
Yes.
it just Avengers?
Avengers Assemble, I thought.
No, that's only in the UK.
Right.
But everywhere else, it was just The Avengers? Was it The Avengers?
Or The Avengers,
Well,
yes.
Yeah, well, the spelling is the same. Because I get very confused. Sorry, I know this is a non-issue, but...
The spelling of The Avengers is always the same, yes.
No, sometimes it's called The Avengers. And sometimes I also see Marvels and then...
Marvel's The Avengers Assemble.
Yeah. And
Yes.
then from the sequel onwards, they dropped the.
Right, yeah.
Right? It became Avengers Age of Ultron.
Yes.
And Avengers Infinity War.
Yes.
Just to clarify. Okay, cool. All right, so did you watch the movie also?
Yes.
Dinkar, sadly the universe must know that we did not watch the movie together.
No, this
Yeah.
was unfortunate.
Yeah, but
In fact, I ended up watching it in
Earlier.
a non-IMAX screen. Earlier, after our 36-hour non-stop marathon of all the MCU movies.
That's true, yes. Let's talk about that.
Well, how was the experience, Tejas?
Yes, so it was.
Yes,
it was,
exactly.
Yes, you're right. It was an experience. We decided to do a very silly attempt at trying to finish off 36 hours worth of Marvel movies.
Yes.
And then do something even sillier, which is go live on Facebook and broadcast a camera which showcased us watching the films. Yeah.
Yes,
And
for all
not-
36 hours.
Yeah, it's true. And I thought, I don't think we did a terrible job. As in, in terms of seeing it through, we may have slept off in a movie or two, but we managed.
We
It was
slept
not
off
bad.
in exactly one movie, I want to say. If you tune in, the videos are probably up on our Facebook page now, but if you go and check out the 5 a.m., which is probably like part 9 or 10 of the broadcast,
Yeah.
where we're watching Guardians of the Galaxy, there is, for a solid half an hour, me and
Oh,
Tejas are
God.
just passed out on a couch.
Yeah, it exists. It's there on the internet.
Here's the amazing thing.
Yeah.
I kept waking up in fits and starts, obviously,
same,
because
same.
there was this underlying need, we're doing a marathon. So every time I'd wake up, I'd be like, oh yeah, this part, cool.
Yeah, precisely. That's the
You
problem.
never lose track.
So here's the problem with a marathon like this. I've seen all the movies so many times before.
Yeah.
So for me, it's just like a revision before board exams.
Which is why we could goof off during the movies themselves. We weren't watching them for revision.
Actually, that's true. Yeah, the whole point was for us to kind of speak and give our commentary while it was going on.
Exactly. It's
That's
a
not bad.
stunt.
Well,
It's-
we did it. We actually did DVD commentary, but except for the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe.
for the entire MCU.
Well, yeah, barring the Incredible Hulk. But you know how it did pay off?
Mm-hmm.
Are we going to go into spoilers here?
Oh no, we can't.
Okay,
So
we're not spoiling it.
we're going to have a full episode on...
A full spoiler cast,
Yeah.
yeah.
So we're just holding off on it a bit. Give everyone a chance to
No, but
watch and catch
let
up.
me just put it this way. I was just really glad that we opened with Captain America: The First Avenger. It was great.
Why?
Oh, because
Because of how it ties into
certain
Yes,
characters.
sure,
Yeah.
true. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah,
So it was
yeah.
great. So that was excellent, and I was just really happy to be able to kind of remember these few things that made me happier. Anyway, so so that's what we did. If you want to go check out this insane attempt at finishing all the movies together, check it out. It's on our Geek Fruit page on Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Geek Fruit HQ.
Yeah, that's right.
And hold off for a week or so, and we will be back with an Infinity War episode as well.
Yes, the Infinity War. Oh my God, I'm so excited.
There's so much to say there, and I can't say a thing without. Everything
can't
is a
say- yeah,
spoiler.
we can't say anything, yeah.
So yeah. That's it about us talking about Infinity War.
All right,
Anyway.
next. What do we have, Dinkar?
In the news/not news department, we have the announcement of Star Wars Resistance, the next Star Wars animated series.
Yes, so now here's the thing. I love Dave Filoni. Obviously,
Yes.
he's the guy who's behind Clone Wars and Rebels.
You have been on record as saying he should be in charge of the movies.
I think so too. I think he is the true heir to Lucasfilm. He
Yeah.
is George Lucas 2.0, like for real. Like he's even better than George Lucas.
Lucas
He's taken-
2018.
Yeah, really. He's taken everything that's great about Star Wars and he understands the material like only George Lucas does.
Yeah.
And at the same time, he's kind of dived into like different areas that Star Wars has never really gone into. So I'm really, really excited about Star Wars Resistance, but at the same time, because he's a showrunner, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm kind of feeling a little bummed out that he's taking on another animated show where I really wish he would get an anthology film. Like,
Yeah.
know, he's perfect to direct like the Obi-Wan like standalone films or, or just create a new universe.
You'd think
like,
he
would be
was
perfect.
moving on to bigger and better things, but he's doing, a bigger version of Rebels, essentially.
Yeah, so it's
Possibly
definitely a
slightly
bigger
version.
show, and he wants to do. And I know he's a huge anime like nut.
Yeah,
so
and this
he
is pretty
wants to-
anime inspired, apparently.
Yeah, so apparently this is going to be.
Including the look and stuff.
Yeah. Even just from the one screen grab,
Yeah.
like whatever that we've seen,
Looks very anime.
yeah, it looks pretty anime, and I'm excited, man. As long as they keep the emotional, kind of quality of what Clones and Rebels had, I think it'll be great.
Which is what he's done amazingly, right? He created essentially a whole new set of characters
Exactly.
that at least at first didn't tie in directly to the main characters, and yet he made us really, really care about
Yeah,
them.
he really made
and
us-
he made it feel like
yeah.
Star Wars, even in the parts where it wasn't really connected to Star Wars.
Yeah, truly.
At least the
And he's done some
the original
insane
storyline.
stuff, man. He's just done some insane writing. Like some of the best TV writing has happened on like Rebels, man. Like really, even though Clone Wars is overall, I'd say sometimes like a better show, but Rebels had the way the arc. It reminds me a lot of the last season of Samurai Jack, where they finally kind of decided to take it very, very dark and very
Yeah.
serious, and this one continuity and stuff. So
And
I think
bring it
Rebels
to
has
like
become
a
that.
massive end.
Yeah, exactly what happens in Rebels.
I thought the
last
reason
season.
they were ending Rebels was basically because they figured the run of the show is done. But considering that they're launching a brand new series pretty much straight away,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
guessing
true.
it's because the Rebel storyline, there is a hard deadline to it
There
because of
is.
the time period it's
There
set
is,
in.
but at the same time also, we've spoken about this before. Clone Wars didn't really get to end the way it wanted to. It kind of just got cancelled.
Yeah.
And, for a creator like Dave Filoni, I'm sure that is heartbreaking, right? So
Yeah.
he just wanted to end this show on his own terms. And I think 4 seasons, ties up the story, complete. I mean, yeah, they rush it towards, it's breakneck speed towards the end of the show, but it's excellent. So, yeah, it's good.
And now Resistance is set in the time period before Force Awakens.
I mean, we all knew this was going to happen, right? Like,
Yeah.
there's that. I think, like, Star Wars also is smart about it. They know that there's a big chunk of time between each trilogy where they can really flesh out, like, stories and do all the expanded universe stuff. And, this is a perfect.
Because
time
it
for
is a
yeah.
universe, and
Yeah.
the entire first season and a half, 2 seasons of Rebels, if you
Yeah.
remember, was basically just standalone episodes.
Yeah,
and
it's
there was
true. Yeah.
there was a long-term
Very,
arc
very
of sorts.
status quo-y kind of.
Yeah, like it was a sitcom-ish in the sense that they'd sort of almost reset every
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, it's true.
Though the characters did develop, and
and then towards and then you'd have the season finale, which would like tie up a lot.
Yeah.
And then just set the story for the next one. Yeah.
So yeah, great show, and we're looking forward to Resistance. And we will be discussing it and many other Star Wars related things at an event called the Geek Fruit Cantina.
Yay! I'm so excited about this.
Yeah.
Have you ever been for Star Wars Day thingamajig?
Not really. Have you?
No, I mean I wanted.
So we
to-
decided through our own.
Exactly, that's how you have to do it.
Exactly.
Because like even Geek Fruit, man, like wanted to be on a podcast or write for a website, didn't exist.
So we made it.
Yeah, just started.
The latest in the long line of things we invented because no one would let us do them.
yeah, exactly.
Is the Geek
Precisely.
Fruit Cantina. On May the 4th at the Habitat in Car, we're
Yeah.
doing a live screening of a documentary called The Prequel Strike Back.
Yeah.
And we will have a live recording of this very podcast.
Yeah.
Well, not this very podcast. The
Well,
Big
yeah,
Brother
the
of
Big
this
Brother
podcast.
podcast.
And
Yeah.
some special guests and prizes and...
Or why not? I mean, we could do a live podcast,
Yeah.
the main podcast, and then we'll also do a Geek Fruit Bulletin over there.
oh, yes, we'll gather some news / not news for
Yes,
it.
exactly, precisely.
If you're listening to this on the day it comes out, which should be a Thursday, then it's tomorrow. So what are you doing? Yeah, tomorrow. Chalo,
That's
get
true.
ready.
That's true. That's true.
Put it into your Google calendars.
in your cals.
Yeah. All right. Then, moving on. Another show we've discussed in our legendary series, What a Cartoon.
Oh man, my
What a
favorite
cartoon series.
Yeah.
The Simpsons is now the longest running fictional TV show.
Yeah, I just read about that.
636 episodes
Who
apparently.
did they cross to?
Gunsmoke.
Of course, Gunsmoke.
Which is
that very
like,
popular.
Yeah.
Gunsmoke of a show. What is Gunsmoke?
Gunsmoke is like one of those old TV shows which was a proper Western style thing.
Yeah, clearly.
I'm
it's
guessing
called Gunsmoke.
Yeah, it ran for so long probably because at that point they didn't realize we can just cancel TV shows. After 636 episodes, someone looked over and went like, "Wait a second, Gunsmoke."
I don't think anyone's told the Simpsons that either.
No.
They could just stop if they like,
So this is what I want to ask you though.
Yeah.
Do you think the Simpsons should stop?
I don't know. I think it's almost become as, it's like a fixture, like the
It's
like
a part
like
of
the
the
Tonight
nerd
Show.
ether, which is
No,
why we're
I'm
talking
just saying
about
it's like the Tonight Show or something. It's like it's a show that just gets handed over to another set of animators, and as long as they follow,
But the Tonight Show has eras, right? Like you have the Carson era and you have the
I
Fallon
think Simpsons
era.
has. I think
Leno
Simpsons
era.
has been fairly consistent over the last 30 years. Maybe that's what it needs. Maybe it needs an upgrade. Maybe it needs something. But the show is funny and it's reliable, and I think that's what people are going to watch it for. That like I watch a Simpsons episode like I watch Shark Tank, because I just want to watch another episode, and I just want to, it's familiar, and I think people dig that. I think that's precisely the reason
in a
why
way
it's
a
been.
shame, right? Because there was a point where you could watch a Simpsons episode was an event, and you'd watch it because it was important, and the lines would stick with you for ages. You can watch Shark Tank and then like sort of put it out of your mind immediately.
I mean, now how many seasons is it? 29, 30 seasons of The Simpsons?
Something like that.
Yeah, so man, it's
636 divided by 20.
But I just think that it's that familiar thing you can always go back to on television. It's like that X that you can just you just always know. It's like it's one of those things where you make with a deal with a friend where you're saying like, hey, listen, if we're not hitched by the time we're like 40, this is it. So that's Simpsons.
Yeah, the deal I have with my friend is if we're not hitched by the time we're 40, we will both be watching Simpsons.
Yes.
Now on episode 1637. Do you think they should do another movie?
Yeah, 100%.
The Simpsons movie was so good.
Yeah, 100%. I think the Simpsons movie was excellent.
Maybe that's what they should do. They need an event.
They need an event. I mean, I don't know why we're figuring out their PR.
Yeah.
I think they're doing
Hello, Mr.
fine.
Simpson. Listen.
Mr. Simpson, listen. This is what you need to do. I think, they could do a movie. They've done plenty of games. They do too much like crossover stuff. It's just going on and on and on. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's really cool. I'm fine with it. There you go, Simpsons. You have our approval. Yeah.
I suppose so. Yeah. Carry on. You've carried on for 636 without our
carry
approval.
on, yes.
But we discussed The Simpsons and a whole lot more of these cartoons and their ilk on our very popular series, What a Cartoon episode.
Episodes.
Yeah. What a Cartoon episodes part 1, 2, 3, and 4. So
We've done 4 of those?
I think so.
Wow. Okay,
and
awesome.
we have more in the pipeline.
But you know what that means? Yeah, exactly. You know what that means. It's time for part 5.
It's time for a spin-off podcast, really.
Oh, mate, do you think that What a Cartoon episodes need to stop?
Do you think it should be What a Cartoon podcast?
Oh my gosh.
Do you think we'll do 637 episodes of What a Cartoon episode?
I think we'll do 636 episodes of the Geek Fruit podcast for sure.
That'll happen for sure.
Yeah.
We're well on our way.
Yes, but
we are 1/6 of the way there. More than 1/6 of
that's
the way.
That's amazing. Well done, us.
Yeah.
Pats on the back everywhere.
Simpsons, we're coming for you.
And you too, Gunsmoke.
Yeah. Gunsmoke first, then The Simpsons.
Cool.
So if you're into cartoons and the like, then please check out our What a Cartoon episodes series. That's it for the Geek Fruit Bulletin, where we discuss news and not news. Tune into our full-length episode this week, where we discuss nerd collaborations, which are out of the ordinary.
Yeah, I like this episode.
I emphasized off. Really, they're like out of the ordinary. Like the son of it's like, I am out of the ordinary. So yes, check out the full episode. This has been the Geek Fruit Bulletin. Bye.
You nerds.
He bends down to test the warm water for his bath. He comes here to quench his thirst for a hot shower and some podcasts. You can witness how he enjoys having other people talk about cool stuff in his bathroom. Indeed, it helps him with his loneliness. You can find more of his species on ivmpodcast.com, your one-stop destination where you can check out the coolest Indian podcasts. Happy listening.